Scots will go. Well, we're going to start out with Hope's starting lineup, actually, and it'll, of course, be Clayton Dykehouse. Tyshawn Walker at a guard for the Scots, along with Connor Riley, Nolan Boffman, Scots will also go with Gabe Bordeaux and Colton Meister. So it'll be Walker, Boffman, Riley, Meister, and Bordeaux, the usual starting lineup for the Scots. Over on the Hope side of things, they go with Dykehouse along with Wiegerink, Marcus Warman, as we talked about earlier, Parker Hovey. And the final starter is number 33, Gabe Quillen, in the middle, 6'9", 230 pounds, GRCC graduate. He's a junior this year. Quillen, like we said, averaging 12.1 points per game, but what's even more impressive, he nearly averages a double-double, Craig. 12.1 points, 9.6 rebounds per game.
Yeah, Scots will have their hands full down there. We saw Colton Meister have a nice game against Adrian, just wasn't able to finish on the offensive end, but played pretty well defensively, but he'll have his hands full tonight for sure.
No doubt about that. One last huddle from the Flying Dutchman, and they'll come out. It'll be Meister to jump it up in the square against Wiegerink at 6'7". Tanner Wiegerink. Controls the tap. Bordeaux fights for it a little bit in there, but Warman's got it. He'll cross the timeline himself. Underway here. They hand it in a weave up top. Comes out to Warman. Warman between the legs. Gets to the foul line. Goes back out. Wiegerink. And he's going to throw it. Have it tapped away by Boffman. Those quick hands.
I was going to say, you see those quick hands of Boffman already on display here. We saw that on display Thursday night against Adrian.
Yeah, it doesn't take long, does it? They go inside to Quillen. Quillen going to work on Meister. Riley gives a little bit of help. Quillen around the arc. Sky hook is good. Gabe Quillen, a nice look right there to start the game.
You see he's looking to bang down low there and not avoid any contact at all. Meister's got to not give any ground.
Boffman drives baseline, kicks it back out. Walker inside Meister. Meister going to go at Quillen with a similar right-handed shot up off the high glass and good.
Back and forth with the big fellas.
That's fun to see. Don't see that terribly often these days.
Not in today's game.
Not post play like that. Now back the other way. It's going to be stolen away briefly, but they get it back over right side. Warman, mid-range jumper on the run. No. Rebound to Wiegerink, and he puts it in. Very nice. Just second chance there by Wiegerink.
Yeah, good job to trail that shot.
Walker back the other way for the Scots. Gets into the paint, elevates, leaves it for Meister. Boffman got in the lane, tried to stop and hand it off to Meister, and Meister wasn't there anymore. Boffman travels with it. That's a tough turnover on Nolan.
Tried to use the defender's body a little bit. And
pulled the chair.
Pulled the chair out from under him, yeah. Slid backwards like he was on ice skates.
Scots set up their pressure. Dykehouse breaks it easily. A little stop and start. Got a little careless with the basketball for a moment. Goes to Quillen. 3 ball on the way from the Dutchman. That's by Hovey. No good. And out of there comes Boffman with it. Leaves it for Riley. 4-2 early on here in favor of the Flying Dutchman. Scots with it to Meister. Boffman uses the speed, but Dykehouse uses the quick hands to tap it away. And here comes Hope in transition. Dykehouse up. No good. Or Warman, excuse me, and now back the other way. Boffman's still down there. A little Euro step, lays it in. We're tied at 4.
Really good step through there by Boffman to convert the layup, but way to push the pace if you're Alma.
Back and forth they went right there for sure. Dykehouse will look to break the pressure. He does so easily to Hovey. Back to Dykehouse. Dykehouse to Quillen. Leave it off. Mid-range jumper is up and good from Warman. Another nice little jumper there from Marcus Warman.
Yeah, gave him a step, and he's going to pull that up and knock it down.
6'4" Hope. Riley. He's got Hovey on him. Tries to work in, goes to Bordeaux, leaves it for Walker. Walker got bumped by Warman, keeps possession, goes by, gets into the paint, goes out. Bordeaux gets his man in the air. Bordeaux for three. That's perfect. Gabe Bordeaux with a beautiful triple. And the Scots with their first lead.
Really nice job by Bordeaux to get himself some extra space. Pump fake and step to the left.
Hovey working with it. Goes to Warman. Warman working hard against Boffman. Goes by him. Goes into the corner. Hovey with it. Inside. Back to Warman. Mid-range jumper, no. Boffman fights for the rebound, but it's taken away. But standing out of bounds is Wiegerink.
Good break for Alma there because he was going to put that thing down, I think.
Oh, yeah. Wiegerink's going to work down there. Boffman's going to sit down. Landon Moore Pierce checks in for the Scots.
Good patient offense so far from the Scots, I've thought. They've gotten pushed out away from their offense a little bit, but then they always find a way to find that empty shot.
Meister with it, way out on the left elbow. Thought about a shot, decides not to take it, puts it on the floor instead. Has his shot rejected by Quillen.
That's exactly what I was just saying. That one I felt like was a little bit rushed.
Yes, Dykehouse with it. Goes to Quillen. Inside, Wiegerink. Wiegerink gets it back outside. Three ball on the way from the big man, Quillen, and he fills it up. Gabe Quillen.
Pretty good defense down low from the Scots, but Hope just finds the open shooter up top, knocks it down.
Hope by 2, 9-7. Riley with it. Gets to the free throw line, stops, puts up a floater, and I don't know if that was a shot or a pass, but it ended up with Meister, and Colton laid it in.
Had to have been a pass, right?
Well, you wouldn't see Connor miss a shot like that very often.
Went right to his teammate.
Dykehouse with it. Tie game, 9 apiece early on here. Quillen thought he might turn and fire another three, but he decided against it. Now he's going to. Quillen open for three. Front iron, no. Riley the rebound. Quillen is just a 28% three-point shooter. Scots don't mind him taking that. Riley with a blow-by into the corner. Bordeaux, he's going to drive along the baseline. Got bodied a little bit, but dribbled right through to Walker. Walker with 15 on the shot clock up top. Bordeaux, long NBA range three. Fills it up again. Gabe Bordeaux.
Pointed right at him. I saw that one from a mile away. They gave him too much space. Gabe's going to hit that.
Quick 6 for Bordeaux. And Alma with a 3-point lead here. Breaking the pressure is Hope as there's a collision in the backcourt. Cross court to Dykehouse. Dykehouse inside. Back outside Dykehouse. A nice little inside-outside play, and Dykehouse hits the triple.
That's a couple times now. Alma has played good down low, helped out on defense, and then Hope just finds that open shooter and able to knock it down.
One inside Wiegerink, outside Dykehouse, and he filled it up.
Backbreaker for the Scots.
12 apiece. 5 minutes in. Moore Pierce with a backdoor cut. Makes the catch down low. Tries to get some defenders up off their feet. Does so. Goes with a fadeaway jumper. No good. And the rebound to Quillen. Dykehouse the other way. Looks, goes back to Dykehouse again now. Warman to Quillen. Quillen surveys the landscape, going to back down, put up that right-handed hook shot again. That time it's no good. And a good box out. Meister clears the rebound.
Yeah, good defense, good box out for the Scots there.
Bordeaux with it. He's going to drive to the free throw line. Bounce pass out. Moore Pierce, left wing three. That's long. And the rebound to Quillen, who does a nice job to maintain control of it. To Warman. Warman driving in, leaves off. Oh, nice pass right there to Hovey, who lays it in. Parker Hovey with his first two.
So far in this one, Hope just really impressing me with the passing. Just
ball
always
finding great.
That open teammate.
Bordeaux out on the right wing. Inside to Walker. Walker lost the basketball briefly, gets it back, turns around, goes outside. Moore Pierce, quick trigger three, short. And the rebound comes through to Hovey. Hovey is going to draw a foul on Walker.
Moore Pierce a little off balance on that shot. One you usually see him knock down, but I don't think he really caught it clean. Kind of faded off into the corner.
3 substitutions for each team. We'll try to get them all figured out. We got Ben Wager coming in along with Justice Mims and Josh Decker for the Dutchman. Corbin Heitzman in for the Scots. Donovan Collins is going to come in, and then one other that we will get here in a minute. It's Xavier Glenn who elevates with a big block shot.
Picking up right where he left off on Thursday night against Adrian.
Yes, he did. Wager tried to go in, and boy, Glenn just climbed the ladder and threw that one out of bounds. DeQuan Powell will check in for the Scots. Walker sits down.
Gabe Bordeaux for the Scots over on the trainer's table getting some attention. I'm not sure what's going on over there, but looks pretty engaged in the game. I think he'll be coming back here shortly.
It's like a right finger hand, something like that. Over the back is going to be called on Hope after a missed bucket. I think on Justice Mims. He pointed to himself and asked if it was on him, and it is. So the first on Mims. And here comes Powell to run the point for the Scots. Gets it to Riley. Riley going to drive down through the free throw line, kicks it back out. Xavier Glenn open for three, in and out, no good. And back comes Hope. Dykehouse gets under the basket. He's kind of trapped down there. He's going to go outside for Quillen. Quillen works on Glenn. Backs him down. See if he goes that right-handed hook shot again. Couple of turns, goes to the right-handed hook and hits it. Well, that's a big-time play by Gabe Quillen.
Good defense from Glenn.
Oh, it was great D.
Just a great offensive possession there. Great basket.
Quillen, the best player on the floor here early on, certainly. They go to Glenn. Heitzman now. Swing it to Riley. Goes behind his back. Gets a little bit of space. Powell out on the left wing, 10 on the shot clock. Powell going to try to go by Dykehouse. Dykehouse taps it out of bounds. Good defense by Clayton Dykehouse. 16-12, Hope. TJ McKenzie hops up. Oh, nope, that's not TJ. That's Wiegering back in. Powell gets it in to Riley with 5 on the shot clock. Going to have to create something for himself. He does with a long jumper along the baseline. No, and it's going to go out of bounds off of Decker. And Alma will get an extra possession here. Nice fight by Powell for the rebound. Powell looks to get it in. Goes to Riley in the right corner. Riley going to drive baseline, puts it up over heavy traffic, no good. And Powell's going to spike it out of bounds, or Glenn, excuse me.
Connor's kind of looking around saying, well, where's the call there? He went up into 3 defenders. And
it's going to be tough to get the call 1-on-3 like that.
But he took on a lot of contact for sure.
Yeah.
And he's hoping to get going here. Hasn't quite gotten things going here early in this game, but he'll get things turned around.
Full court pressure from the Scots. Hope is able to break it. They get into transition now with Mims, who goes coast to coast and lays it up. Nice play, Justice Mims.
He got up and just around the defender there, laid it in with that left hand. Great touch.
That was pretty. That was really pretty. Riley to the free throw line, kick it into the corner. Heitzman for a baseline 3. He's got it.
That was in the corner.
It was very much in the
shooter's corner. He was tucked.
Heitzman with his first 3. Hope having some trouble with it. It's
numbers.
turned over. Riley with it. He's one-on-one, and foul is going to be committed. That's a great foul by Crabtree, though. Make it so that Connor has to earn them from the line.
Yeah,
Riley, of course, good foul shooter.
Certainly would have scored there as they had 2 rebounders standing there with no Hope players around.
Yeah, Connor Riley, a 75.4% free throw shooter on the season. Looking to get into the scorebook here tonight. This afternoon, I should say, and he does. Makes it 18-16, Hope. Walker checks back in for Collins. Warman back on, replacing Crabtree. Boffman will check in for Riley after the assumed made foul shot. Connor does get it, and he will sit down. 18-17, 10:59 to go here in the first half.
Really good start here for the Scots, just matching Hope, and pretty much everything they've done almost had an answer.
Coast to coast.
Except for
Dykhouse
that.
counted in the foul. Wow.
That's 2 times Hope's just gone coast to coast, and nobody on the Scots has stepped up and stopped it. Just a lot of speed down there.
They haven't counted the basket yet, and also the Scots haven't been credited for their 17th point on the scoreboard yet either. Riley made 2. It should be 18-17. It actually should be 20-17 because the basket should count. So the scoreboard's all sorts of wrong right now.
No one seems to notice that or care at the moment.
The live stats are correct at 20-17. The scoreboard still reads 20-16. Make it 21. And there the Scots get their 17th point, but Hope hasn't gotten their 21st yet, so they still are a little off. But things are not going well down there to the scorer's table. They've got it now. 21-17 Hope. After a very nice three-point play from Clayton Dykhouse. Meister at the elbow, puts it on the floor, goes up with it, no, and Quillen comes away with a rebound. Nice little bounce pass in there, but losing the basketball. They're going to say it went off of a Scott's foot, off Heitzman's foot. Mims looked up and all he saw was Heitzman and lost the basketball. Checking in is going to be Sam Carlson. They go into Carlson. Quickly back out, Wiegerink. To Decker. Up top, Warman. Back over. Warman, long 3 on the way, fills it up. Warman looking good early on here.
Yeah, he's had a couple of those now, and just a beautiful shot right out of his hand.
Hope with their biggest lead at 7, 24-17. Powell with it for the Scots, works off of a Meister screen, step back 3, that's long. And the rebound to Carlson. Warman works back the other way. Wiegerink gets it to Decker. Swing it back around. They get it to Quillen. Quillen starts the back down. Going to look to that right-handed hook again, and he's got it again.
Really good footwork down there in the post.
Timeout called by the Scots. They trail by 9. And we will take that timeout right along with them back to the Art Smith Arena after this. Nice little spurt here by Hope to make it 26-17, a 9-point Flying Dutchman lead. And Craig, they just looked like a well-polished team so far, as we expected.
Alma's got to be careful not to let this one get away. First 10 minutes they played first 8 minutes they played pretty patient offensively and had some good energy on defense. Were able to match everything Hope was doing, but gave up a few coast-to-coast buckets, and then the three-point play there, and another three-pointer, and now they find themselves in a hole here. Now you got to be careful not to press if you're the Scots. You don't want to let this get away because you're pressing too much. Meister tries to back down, initiates too much contact, travels with it. Good defense by Quillen. Quillen is dominant right now. Yeah, there's a lot of contact, and Alma is asking for a lot of calls to happen, but the refs are just letting it play, and you've got to adjust to that and play through it. Got to recognize it and make the adjustment. Yeah, Quillen's got 9 points, 4 rebounds already, and directly forced that last turnover. Warman with it, hands it off to Wiegerink. Little weave up top. It comes back to Warman eventually. Just under 9 minutes to go in the first half. 3 ball on the way from Wiegerink, no good, but the rebound comes out long to Carlson. Really good board there by Carlson. Warman with it.
Gets to the foul line, kick out. Nice play inside, and the big finish from Quillen. Oh, my.
Yeah, he had a half a step there, got the defender sealed on his hip, and you knew that one was going down.
Yeah. Quillen looking great here early on.
Playing with a lot of confidence, for sure.
Riley, cross court, Boffman. Boffman going to drive baseline, goes up with a teardrop over Quillen, but he had to go so high. He also went well over the rim, and it's an air ball. Comes out for a 3-ball try at the other end from Hope. No, Quillen gets the rebound. Back to Warman, who will reset. Quillen outside now. Goes back over to Hovey. Inside, Wiegering. And he has it stripped away by Bordeaux. Bordeaux gets on the floor for it. Now loses it. Ball's loose. Diving on the floor for it are the Scots now. Players into the benches, and it's going to be awarded to Hope. Scots are going to rue the fact that they couldn't complete that turnover. Donovan Collins checks in for the Scots. TJ McKenzie in there now for Hope, and he's got the ball sort of having trouble getting the ball. It's going to be tied up. Possession arrow is going to favor Alma. So the Scots create the turnover.
Big stat so far in this game. Hope shooting 54%, Alma shooting 35%. And Hope winning the rebound battle 12-5.
Oh,
that's where the difference is.
Yeah, there it is right there.
Those two stats right there.
Walker with it off of a Meister screen. Steps back, gonna fire a contested 3. That's not the shot that the Scots wanted out of that possession, and it's no good. Rebound to Wiegering. McKenzie with it. Works off a Wiegering screen. They're going to go baseline now, and having a little trouble as he got the ball up was Hovey.
Yeah, I think, I don't know who the defender was there.
He dropped it.
Maybe Walker, maybe swiped at that as he was going up with the shot. Wasn't able to get a clean shot off on the original one.
Scots roll the ball up here with 7:11 to go in the first half.
Every second counts.
I guess so. Walker with it to Bordeaux. Wanted a 3, couldn't get it off. He's going to drive instead, leaves it off. Meister just inside the free throw line. That one's long. And the rebound to the Dutchman and Parker Hovey.
Really good look there. Timeout.
Timeout is going to be called, a 30-second timeout on the floor called by Hope. So we will take that one right along with them back after this. And back here at the Art Smith Arena, 28-17, Hope with the basketball on a nice run here. Warman with it. Goes inside to Quillen, who has been dominant. He's got Meister on him, picks up the dribble. Now they go right back into him. Meister pokes at the ball. It's going to come out. 8 on the shot clock. Driving in McKenzie up off the window. No, Meister the rebound. And he's going to be fouled on the way out of there by Quillen.
Colton credit there, holding his ground 2 straight times against Quillen, and Hope obviously wants to pound it inside.
They do.
We talked about that in the pregame a little bit. Meister's going to have his hands full, and Quillen's had his way a little bit, but Meister's bearing down now, trying to lock it up a little bit.
Walker with it for the Scots, out on the wing, tries to drive in, gets it to Meister. Bordeaux loses it off a foot, and it just ping-pongs right into the Hope bench.
Like about 45 miles an hour right
yeah,
into the bench.
It really accelerated off of his foot. Hope gets it in under light pressure from Collins. Crossing the timeline is Dykehouse. Goes over to Wager. Wager back to McKenzie. McKenzie to Dykehouse, left wing. Looking inside, Quillen, he's got it now. Works on Meister. Double team comes, they go up top. Wager for three, the big guy's got it. Ben Wager with his 10th three of the season, and it's 31-17 Hope.
Hope's been filling it up from outside in this game.
Scots can't buy a bucket right now either. Riley in the paint. Works through a double team. Collins open for three. In and out, no good. And the rebound comes to Hovey. Here comes Dykehouse back. Stops, starts, gets in the paint. He's going to be fouled. Dykehouse will shoot two. Clayton Dykehouse, the definition of an excellent foul shooter, 93.8% on the season, 30 of 32 from the stripe. Heitzman going to check back in along with Moore Pierce. 3 substitutions for the Flying Dutchman. Hope will look to inbound here. They get it in quickly, but it's stolen away by Riley. Nice poke away, and Walker's up all alone ahead. He's going to lay it in for the Scots to break this long Hope run.
Job pushing the pace there by Walker.
31-19 now, Hope on top. Dykehouse crosses the timeline. Gets it around to Decker. Decker. They eventually swing it back to Dykehouse. Takes a step back three. That's way short, but it comes right into the lap of Wager, who lays it in.
Yeah, right in the lap is right. I mean, he's standing right under the hoop, and it just straight down to him.
Yeah, not a lot that could have been done about that one.
Tonight, probably.
Have to imagine. More Pierce into the paint. Leaves it off for Meister. Meister has Wegerink on him now. He's going to try to go up over the top of him. It's an air ball. And the rebound to Wager.
Good defense.
Dykehouse
that end by Hope.
Leaves it off for Mims. And a foul is going to be called underneath on Meister.
Going to get called on that one. He tried to pull the chair out from under him, but he wrapped around and kind of pulled him down to the ground. You're going to get called on that every time.
I think Meister's gotten to the point where he's a little frustrated. He's going to sit down. Glenn checks in.
Easy to get to that point when Quillen's
been no doubt.
Kind of having his way, and he goes to the bench, and now the bench players are starting to have their way against him, and no fault of his own. I mean, just tough players he's playing against tonight.
It is. Mims and Dykehouse play catch up top. They go to Wager. Wager left side. Mims open for three, in and out, no good. Wager finds the rebound a little bit too strong, and here comes Walker for the Scots. Walker to Moore Pierce for Riley. Talking of tough going, Riley's had tough going so far.
He has.
Long three ball, contested triple.
That'll work.
And a big time three by Tyshawn Walker. Timeout called by the Scots here as they want a full timeout to talk things over with 3:51 to go in the first half. We'll be back after this. (33-22) Hope on top of the Alma Scots here with 3:51 to go in the first half. Hope has been led so far by a really nice offensive effort from Gabe Quillen with 11 points and 6 rebounds. Also getting 8 points from Marcus Warman. Hope will have the ball out of the timeout after the Walker triple. cut it to 11. Nice move there into the rack and a two-handed flush by Wegerink. What a play.
Not much you can do to defend that one.
No, you really cannot.
Got up.
Riley with it now for the Scots. Goes between the legs, drives in, fall away jumper. Good. Nice play by Connor Riley that time to get himself some space.
Good to get him scoring the basketball. Alma's going to need a lot more of it.
Yeah, 35-24. Hope by 11. Decker breaks the press. Leaves it off for Dykhouse. Dykhouse works off a Wegerink screen. Gets it to Mims. Mims wanted to go back to Wegerink, couldn't do it. So instead to Dykhouse, 12 on the shot clock. Dykhouse drives to the free throw line. Leaves it out. Wegerink with 6 on the shot clock. Drives in. Count that one in the foul on Glenn.
Sheesh.
Hope just too tough down low for the Scots right now.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, Quillen having a great game to start, and he goes to the bench. And
Wegerink takes
doesn't
over.
matter who it is.
No, that's their 2 leading scorers. Quillen checks back in. Wager sits down. Warman back in there. Wegerink hits the foul shot. Hope by 14. 2:44 to go here in the first half. Great offensive half for Hope. Scots with a little confusion up top with Meister and Riley. They both tried to catch a pass. It comes to Riley. Riley, free throw line jumper. That's no good. Rebound comes to Dykhouse. He's going to want to press the pace. Doesn't find much, so he pulls things out, goes inside. Quillen gets double teamed, has to kick it back out. They reset to Dykhouse. Dykhouse sees the C's part, puts it up, has his shot blocked, and it's going to go out of bounds off of Dykhouse. It'll be Alma basketball. Pretty good defense there. Boffman checks back in. Walker will sit down.
Alma's got to just chip back away at this, one possession at a time. Try to get to half right around that 10 mark.
Yeah, I would say so. Riley with it. Kicks it out to Boffman. Boffman going to drive into the corner. Heitzman for 3, no good. Out of there comes Hope with it. Hope dribbling around up top with Warman. Back to Dykhouse. Quillen way outside this time. Has it raked at by Meister. 6 on the shot clock. Dykhouse going to have to create on his own. He does up off the glass. No, but Quillen is right there to put it back in as the shot clock expires. And it's 40-24 Hope.
Just in great position on that backside.
Riley drives in. Gets to the bucket, goes off the high glass. No, rebound comes away to Wegerink. Leaves it for Dykhouse. Under a minute to go here, first half.
Almost got to dig in, get a stop right here on this possession.
Drives in, has it blocked by Meister. A nice block, and then a foul is going to be called, however, on Boffman. Boffman's going to have to leave the floor.
He's got blood, it looked like.
Yeah.
He's got a bloody lip, maybe.
Eye. Blood coming from below the eye. So a couple substitutions here. And they're actually going to clear the floor as we're going to need a cleaning crew out here.
Well, they're motioning to head golf coach JT Cleveland over there, and I don't think that's who they're looking for.
Well, he's kind of looking around for somebody to do some cleaning. But
if there was anybody I'd put my money on to get this sorted out, he's on the floor right there, Justin Peck. just always seems to be the guy, right?
He does indeed always seem to be the guy. No doubt about that. So he does a little mopping with a nice Gatorade towel, and he's going to head right back to the scorer's table, and we'll continue things along here. 39.7 seconds to go in the first half. It'll be Hope basketball. They'll get 20 on the shot clock. A lot of blood there. I think Boffman got cut pretty deeply on that cheek or under the eye.
He reacted right away.
He did, yeah.
Headed straight over to the trainer.
Oh, Scotts blew the coverage on the inbounds, but a missed three by Hovey bails him out.
Not going to get any more open than that.
No, there wasn't anybody within 10 feet of him.
No.
28.5 seconds here. Landon Moore-Pierce doing some dribbling up top.
Bucket would be huge here.
It would be a start at least, certainly. Moore-Pierce has it stolen away by Dykehouse. Great play by Dykehouse. Gets it up to Hovey.
Whoa.
Goes in and lays it in. That's an athletic play by Parker Hovey, the freshman.
Make up for the missed three-pointer there
No
with a
doubt.
Nice finish.
Powell with 3 seconds to go in the half. Powell going to get up a fall-away shot at the buzzer.
Great. That's great on-ball defense, way out
Quillen,
there like
yeah,
that.
that was Quillen, a
Quillen
great
and
job.
Hovey also was right out there, just kept them out of the offense.
Well, the story of the first half was the length of the Hope Flying Dutchman. They were able to dominate with size, 42-24 at the break. We will pause for the halftime show and be back with the second half after this. Welcome back to the Art Smith Arena halftime here between the Alma Scots and the Hope Flying Dutchmen. And the Flying Dutchmen have been living up to their name so far. A 42-24 lead on the Scots at halftime. For Alma, they are led by 6 points from Gabe Bordeaux on 2 early three-pointers. 5 from Tyshawn Walker, 4 apiece Connor Riley, Colton Meister, 3 from Corbin Heitzman, and then 2 from Nolan Boffman. Tough going here for the Scots.
Yeah, tough way to finish that half. Alma didn't score for the last 3.5 minutes of the half and allowed Hope to kind of pull away a little bit more than they already had. At that point, it was still in reach, and Hope went on a 7-0 run the last 3.5 minutes, and you could just kind of feel the air completely deflate from the Scots.
No question.
Taking a long time in the locker room, just now coming out. See what kind of message they had in the break, if it'll inspire them to finish this thing tough.
Yeah, a great first half for Gabe Quillen. He had 13 points, 8 rebounds, a couple of blocked shots, and Alma's got to figure out a way to stop him down low. And 7 points also from Wegerink down low. So it's been a tough go for the Scots down in the paint. And we'll have to see also for Alma if their top defender, Nolan Boffman, is going to be able to go in the second half. I haven't seen him emerge yet.
Yeah, hasn't come back out of the locker room.
He was cut under his eye there at the end of the half, and that would be a huge loss for the Scots indeed if he's not able to go here in this second half. Hope shoots 48.6% from the floor in that first half, just 32.1 for the Scots. 4 ties, 4 lead changes, but the Scots' last lead was at 12-9. Biggest lead got out to 18, and that's right now here for the Flying Dutchman at halftime, 42-24. Take a look and see what those turnover numbers look like as well before the half ends, or the halftime ends here.
6-5, Alma.
Okay, so not bad in that regard, but Alma's got to find some easy buckets is what they need.
I just think the biggest factor right now, outside of the shooting, I mean, Alma only shooting 32%, obviously doesn't help, but they're being out-rebounded right now, 23-8.
That's huge.
Alma has 1 offensive rebound in this game, and if you're not getting second chance points, you're not going to hang around, especially with a team like this. I mean, if you're trying to pull an upset, you have to be in there crashing the boards and getting those second chance points. And Alma just being worked down low right now.
They are. Strongly agree. It's been the length of hope that has been the difference in this game all the way thus far. Well, we'll see what the second half brings. 42-24 Hope as we get set to start this second half of action. Starting 5 out there for Hope. That's Quillen, Wegerink, Dykehouse, Warman, and Hovey. Hovey had a pretty nice half, too, I thought.
Yeah, he came
only
in there.
Only 4 points, but
he had a good stretch down at the end of that half.
Yeah.
He had a wide open 3 that he missed, but then on the next possession had a really nice finish, and then he did some nice things on the defensive end as well.
Struggled to get it in a little bit, but they do get it in eventually. Crossing the timeline, they get it to Quillen, over to Dykehouse. Dykehouse for Hovey, leaves it off. Warman, little pitch and catch, turns on the Jets, goes up off the glass and scores.
Just
Hope by 20.
Picking up where they left off there.
A good, patient offensive possession. Riley with it, loses it briefly, goes out for Walker. Tyshawn decides not to take the 3. He's going to go into the corner. More Pierce, who gets the second half start in place of Boffman, hits a long 2.
Nice shot there from Landon to knock that one down.
And here comes Dykehouse the other way, breaking the pressure. Dykehouse with it. He's going to take a pull-up 3 from the left wing, in and out, no good. That's not the best possession that Hope's had all night.
But he got robbed on that one.
He did get robbed on it. Thought Riley was going to go coast to coast. He didn't. The officials are going to say it's going to stay here with the Scots. 23 on the shot clock. Alma gets it into Riley over in the corner and whistles. An official's timeout as Bordeaux has had something go wrong now.
Now his second trip over to the trainer's table.
This one is a thigh or
cramp, maybe
leg cramp of some sort. So they just stopped play so he could come off. Heitzman came on. Riley with it for the Scots to Walker. Walker being hounded by Dykhouse. Picks up the dribble. He's in some trouble with 7 on the shot clock. Goes out for Riley. Riley going to drive. Goes behind the back. Step back long 2. No good. Rebound Landon Moore-Pierce. Riley back with it now. Goes behind the back. Tries to get a little bit of room, but Hope is right there. Walker gets it inside. Meister up off the window and good. That's a nice little give and go.
Good hands by Meister to catch that thing, go right up with it, and finish it.
Meister makes it 44-28. Some good communication here by the Scots in their press, but Dykhouse and company are able to break it. It's Warman that did the crossing of the timeline. He's got it now down. Comes to Hovey. Quillen. Dykhouse drives in, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound is going to be fought for, and it's going to come to Heitzman. Into the corner. Heitzman thought about a baseline triple, decides not to take it, goes to Riley instead. Riley back to Heitzman. Heitzman drives on Wiegerink. He's cut off there. Goes up top for Moore-Pierce, who's on the logo. Landon Moore-Pierce going to take a 3 from the left side. No, but Quillen's going to get called for a foul on the clear out, I believe.
Yeah, just kind of slid over there and took Meister right to the ground. I mean, didn't put his hands on him, but just hip-checked him right to the ground.
So an extra possession here for the Scots, who are on a 4-0 run. They go into Moore-Pierce for Riley. Riley works off a Heitzman screen. Back to Walker on the left wing. Cross-court, Riley over on the right. Riley crosses over, gets to the free throw line. Going to try to kick it out. Nobody to go to. 5 on the shot clock for Walker. Walker spins, free throw line, jumper off the window and scores. Nice play by Tyshawn.
Yeah, really nice. Able to pick that basket up off of his spin and use the glass to get it to go.
It's a 6-0 run for the Scots here. Breaking the press is Dykhouse. Dykhouse gets it to Quillen. Hovey picks up the dribble. Back out for Warman. Wiegerink had it briefly to Dykhouse. Dykhouse inside Quillen. Quillen going to try to back down on Meister. Meister holds his position, trying to push him out of the lane, but he goes with a little scoop right-handed shot this time and scores. That's good defense by Meister.
Just about everything Quillen's done so far in this game, he's made it look pretty easy.
Riley off a Heitzman screen at the free throw line. Walker loses the basketball to Dykhouse. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll stay with Alma. 46-30. Hope by 16. They've led by as many as 20 in the second half. Scots get it into Meister. Riley with 8 on the shot clock, working on Quillen. That's a mismatch. He's going to have to kick it out. Moore-Pierce going to have to create a shot. Fadeaway jumper, fills it up. Landon Moore-Pierce. And it's a 6-0 Scots run to get it down to 14. Just chipping away a little bit here, getting defensive stops. Dykhouse to the free throw line, picks up the dribble, leaves it off nicely, but it's blocked by Meister. And a foul's going to be called on Wiegerink. And now the Scots starting to play a little bit of basketball here.
Yeah, able to get it right back to where it was at in the first half, where I said they need to chip away at this thing down 14 and need to just chip away one possession at a time.
Wiegerink and Hovey are going to check out, and Coach Greg Mitchell wants a full timeout here. The Scots on a little bit of a run here. We will see what they can do with it when we come back. Back at Art Smith Arena, 46-32, Hope on top of the Alma Scots. Scots on a 6-0 run to cut this to 14. They will have the basketball. Out of the timeout, it's going to be Riley, Walker, Meister, Heitzman, and Moore Pierce. Boffman is back on the Scots bench now. That's good to see. Meister with it. Step back three from Riley, who got a little bit of a sliver of an open look finally, but he left it short. It would have been a big one if he could have hit it. Quillen with it. Goes off for Mims. Mims puts it on the floor, picks up the dribble. Quillen at the elbow. Tries to back himself down with that offhand. Goes to the left hand, and he scores this time. My gracious.
I don't have much advice for Colton down there trying to play defense on him, and Quillen's just man amongst boys today. He can't do anything wrong. I mean, some days you have that. You just throw it up there and it goes in no matter what the defense is doing.
Yeah, I thought it was strong defense that time. Looking for the three-point play here is Quillen, and he's got it. (49-32) Hope. Meister with it for the Scots. Looks to get it to Heitzman. He does. Heitzman, a little mid-range jumper. That's short. And skying for the rebound is Mims. He'll get it out of there to Dykehouse. Right side, Quillen. Inside, Wager. Wager being guarded by Heitzman. Goes with a left-handed hook shot and scores. Anything Hope throws up near the basket's going in right now. Back up by 19. Walker to Meister. Gets it to Heitzman up top. Over right wing, Moore Pierce. Up top, Walker open for three. Tyshawn hits it. And a quick timeout called, a 30-second timeout called by Coach Fitzpatrick from the sideline. We'll take it along with him back after this. (51-35) Hope on top of the Alma Scots here. 14-14 to go in the ball game. It'll be Hope basketball after the Scots made bucket. The triple from Tyshawn Walker. Tyshawn under heavy pressure, I think, has had a really nice game. 4 of 5 from the floor, a couple of triples, 10 points. Couple of assists as well.
Yeah, I mean, Hope's just taking Connor Riley out of the game for most of the game, and Walker's had to step in and not really step in. He's right there at leading scorers for the Scots. So
Dykehouse looks to break the pressure of Moore Pierce. He does so. They get it in. Quillen, extra pass over Mims, gets a man up in the air. Baseline jumper, no. Rebound goes off the rim, and it comes to Powell. The shortest man on the floor gets the board. Boffman going to use the speed. Boffman to the bucket. He's fouled. He'll shoot two. A, good to see Boffman back in there after being cut late in the half. And B, well, we know his speed's still there.
Yeah, it's something that Alma has missed since he's gone out. And good to get him back in there. Good to see him make a play like that, get to the line.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to kind of insert himself into that offense right away. First foul shot is good from Boffman. Xavier Glenn up off the Scots bench. Meister will sit down. Quillen will sit down as well. Wiegerink comes back in to spell him. Boffman will get the second shot here. He's got that one. 51-37. Scots back within 14. They'll set up their press. They get it in deep this time to Decker, who does a nice job over the top. And it comes back to Mims. Leaves it off for Dykehouse. Dykehouse calls out a play. Goes up, just above the free throw line. Gets it to Mims. Mims from the elbow has his shot blocked from behind by Boffman, who goes crashing into the stanchion. Decker gets it now. Mims for three from the corner. That's no good. Moore-Pierce the rebound. Landon Moore-Pierce has gone all the way in the second half off the bench for the Scots. Little hesitation move, fall away jumper. No good, and the rebound comes to Wager. Wager leaves it off for Decker. Decker looked at a real long three, decided not to take it. Wager with it again. Three ball on the way, no good from Decker. They get it back though. Wager into the corner, Dykhouse pump fakes a three, decides not to take it. Goes back, Wiegerink into the corner, Mims wants a Wiegerink screen, gets it to the free throw line, gets up to the bucket, puts it up and scores. Very nice take by Wiegerink that time. Riley brings it across the timeline. Scott's not getting any motion out of their offense at all. They're all just standing in one position. Boffman going to try to infuse things. He has his shot blocked, but they're going to call a foul, I think probably from behind on Wager. No, they will get Wiegerink on it. They're
going to call the body on it. He just kind of ran into him. I thought he went pretty straight up, but
yeah,
lower body maybe bumped into the shooter. So
Boffman going to get himself to the line again. Collins up off the Scots bench here. Boffman hits another foul shot. Putting on a clinic at the free throw line is Nolan Boffman. Just a 68.2% foul shooter coming in, but 3 for 3 here in this second half is Boffman off the bench.
Doing his part to bump the average up.
Started in the first half, wasn't able to start the second half as he was still getting some medical attention to that cut, but since he's come back off the bench, he's got 4 points. And he's getting ready to have his first steal, and he does. Boffman creates the turnover. It goes out of bounds. Coach Mitchell is angry. And it will be Alma basketball. Coach Mitchell saying that it was tipped, and now somebody that is away from the play is going to come in and try to overrule.
Well, he tried to overrule, and the official overruled him again. Now he's going to try to overrule again. Coach Fitzpatrick is beside himself down there. Coach
One
Mitchell.
of the two coaches is going to get teed up after this call. That's awful. So Hope will have it here. Coming across the timeline, Mims with it. Mims gives it to Warman. Warman with a nice move. Back around to Mims. Mims, little mid-range jumper. That's a nice play by Justice Mims.
Yeah, he's able to stay in the air just long enough and got it up there, rolled it over the edge.
Walker leaves it off for Glenn. He's going to put it up. No, but he's fouled. He'll shoot 2.
Little pass from Walker there to find Glenn. Walker,
that was a nice pass.
Walker frustrated that he wasn't able to convert it, but there wasn't really a whole lot Glenn could do. Just where the defense was
there's
at.
nothing he can do.
The best thing there probably, obviously to make it, but the best thing there is just to get to the line, go through the contact, and maybe get the and one.
Well, he'll have 2 from the free throw line here. First one up, a little line drive, but it's good. Quillen back in. Wiegerink will sit down. 55-40 in favor of Hope, 11:44 to go in the game. Scott's trying to chip away at this deficit. They've definitely started to play some better basketball here. Second one, a similar trajectory, but it kind of tried to climb the rim, didn't go in.
They're winning the rebound battle in the second half by quite a bit.
That's
so
the
far.
difference.
So, just like we talked about at halftime.
Yep. Decker with it. Decker gets it to Mims, but Mims has his shot altered by Glenn. And back come the Scots. Collins was open in the corner. They didn't quite get it to him on time. Scots will reset with Boffman out on the wing. Boffman just going to get a running start, going to go to the bucket, put it up off the high glass, no, and it gets tipped off the rim by Glenn. And back will come Hope. They're going to slow things up a little bit here, wisely so.
That one just felt like if Boffman would have got it to fall, it would have really it felt like a lot closer game than it probably actually is.
Right. Boffman with a steal up top. A straight-up steal by Nolan Boffman. Loses the ball briefly. Riley gets it back. Riley inside, working on Quillen, puts it up and scores. Scott's down just 13 now as Boffman is creating turnovers. Now it's 1-on-2 back the other way. Decker's going to take a three and fill it up. That takes a lot of confidence, 2-on-1, to just step up for three from the wing.
Yeah, that one hurts if you're the Scots.
It does, it does.
Just like I said, Boffman's would have felt bigger than it was. That one feels like just a dagger at this.
Foul is called on Hope the other way as they lead by 16. That's their 6th team foul, though, so Alma going to have an opportunity if they can get themselves to the free throw line here down the stretch.
Got to convert.
They will have to convert, certainly. Boffman sits down. Get it into Riley. Bordeaux's come back in. He spent the entire time he was out over at the trainer's table. Glenn threw some contact. He's fouled, and he's going to shoot
just
two.
Kind of bouncing around like a rag doll there.
He was, and went up strong to the basket. Xavier will shoot a pair.
He was hurting a little bit after that one. He was getting thrown around for a second.
Yes, he was.
He's kind of
and then after he got fouled and threw the ball up, somebody blocked it right into his face.
Yeah.
Glenn's foul shot up and good. 58-43. Alma hanging around here. Second one from Glenn, short. Bordeaux taps the rebound, but it goes right to Mims, and Mims covers it up. Out to Warman. McKenzie. They get it back to Mims. Mims going to drive in, goes through heavy traffic, and he's fouled. Just threw up a wild shot.
Yeah, you see Walker down here pleading his case, that exact thing.
Yeah, that same thing happened.
Can't see what he's saying, but I can tell by his gestures that he said he threw up a very wild shot.
Yeah. Fouls on Glenn, his third.
He's got a point. I mean,
he does. No doubt. Justice Mims, the sophomore from Rochester Adams High School, puts up the free throw and hits.
I mean, there was certainly contact, but we saw a play in the first half on the same basket where Connor Riley went up into three defenders, didn't get any call. And then you see the same thing right there, where throws up just a wild one, and he does get the call. So
Mims will get the second. Looks to make it a 17-point Hope lead. And he does. Couple of substitutions for the Flying Dutchman. It'll be Sam Carlson checking in, and Wiegerink checks back in as well. Hovey sits down along with Mims. 60-43 Hope. Elma's going to roll it up all the way across the logo. Bordeaux with it, right wing. Looks inside, Meister. Meister puts it up, no good. I think he could have gotten a little closer to the basket. He was more open than he thought.
Yeah, he wasn't in a real great angle there.
No, certainly not.
At the glass.
Wiegerink with it. Drives to his right, hands off. Little stop and start. Quillen for three, short. And the rebound comes away to Walker. Walker, Collins, quick trigger three from the left wing, no. And Bordeaux overruns the rebound. He was right in position, but then kind of ran right past it, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's the one Collins can knock down. I thought that had a good shot of being in, but kind of pushed it. It was a little flat coming out of his hand and went right to the front of the iron.
Warman with it. Drives to his left, leaves it off. Three ball on the way, and good from Wiegerink, and that's the dagger right there. Back up to a 20-point lead with 9 minutes to go.
It's a 6-point swing right there. Just
Riley gets fouled on the floor, but that's going to be 1-1, and that's a foul that Sam Carlson probably shouldn't have committed.
Yeah, not in this situation.
Yeah, you don't. The only thing that you really can't give up is free points at the line with the clock stopped.
Yeah. You obviously don't want to just let them walk in for layups with 9 minutes still, but you don't want to pick up any silly fouls.
Riley hits the front end. Give him 7. And Connor will get the bonus. That one up and also good. 8 for Connor Riley, 63-45. Hope by 18. They've got to find somebody to inbound it, and they will go with Warman to inbound. Gets it in and fouled quickly is Wegerink by Walker. That's just the 3rd team foul on the Scots. 2nd on Walker.
Walker doesn't believe the call.
Well, I believed it.
A lot of people in the gym believe it. Just going for a
long
play.
cross-court pass.
There.
This time Walker tips it, but it goes to the Dutchman. And a nice leave. Quillen's going to go with a two-handed flush again.
I thought he was going to be too far under the hoop for that one, but good job to gather himself, catch that pass.
That was a nice play. Hope back up by 20. It's been an impressive performance by the Dutchman all day long. Meister working on Quillen. Going to have to kick it out. Going to be stolen away. And completing the steal almost was Carlson. That was a nice effort by Sam Carlson.
Toenail was on the line, I think. Just barely out of bounds, but great effort.
That was a lot of effort from Carlson right there. Scots roll it in again. Riley with it to Meister up top. Meister to Moore Pierce. Back to Bordeaux on the wing. Hands off to Riley. Riley with Carlson on him. Meister with a ghost screen. And it's going to be turned over by Connor Riley. He's going to dive on top, see if he's called for a foul or if they give a jump ball. They will give a jump ball. Alma will keep possession. Probably could have called a foul on Riley on that one when he jumped on top.
Just some frustration throughout the game. There's been some extracurricular activity towards Connor.
10 seconds on the shot clock for the Scots, who will look to trigger it in. They go to Bordeaux. Bordeaux hands it off to Walker. Walker moves to his right, takes a 3 off the window, no good. And the rebound to Quillen.
Almost got that one to stick.
He did. Warman will take his time to cross the half-court stripe. Slow the game up a little bit with his team leading by 20. That's smart basketball. He's going to go to the rim, put it up, and he'll score. Biggest lead of the afternoon for Hope at 67-45. Walker with it out on the left wing. Goes off a Meister screen. Cross-court Bordeaux. Quick trigger 3. Back iron, no. Meister the rebound. Loses it briefly. And, great acceleration from Warman to get to that basketball. Warman. They go around. They get it back to Warman again. He's going to try a 3. That's long. Moore Pierce the rebound. Moore Pierce between the legs, dribbling. He's got McKenzie on him. Goes to his left, runs out of room on the baseline, has to go back out for Meister. Meister to Walker. Walker had room briefly, got cut off, out for Bordeaux. Bordeaux with 8 on the shot clock. Gonna pull up, straight away 3, no good, off to the right. And Hope back the other way.
Just not a lot of options on offense for Alma in the second half. They had that little run, but haven't really executed anything.
Hope down low gets another bucket, and a technical foul is going to be called on the Dutch after the bucket.
At a verbal technical, I didn't see anything. Say something, or did he do something?
I don't know. I think it's on McKenzie. Yep, it is on TJ McKenzie.
I think something was said there.
Yep, I believe so too.
I didn't see anything out of the ordinary, but
69-45.
There has definitely been.
It's been coming.
Yeah, there's been chippiness since the very start, but as Hope has opened this lead up, it's gotten more and more chippy.
So Riley will shoot the technical shot.
Which you wouldn't expect anything else in a Hope Alma game.
Well, true. Riley hits the technical. First technical. Second one coming up. And he gets that one too, Connor, with 10. Scott's cut the deficit to 22. And a timeout is going to be called by Hope on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll take it along with them back to the Art Smith Arena after this. (69-47) Hope trying to close this one out against the Alma College Scots. 6:27 to go in the ball game. Scots will have the basketball out of the timeout. They'll roll it in again to Walker. Walker for Heitzman. Back to Walker. Walker for Riley. Goes off of a Meister screen. Couldn't get anything going. Goes with a spin move. Right-handed shot. No good, but a foul is called.
Really good move there by Riley to spin back into the lane.
Foul will be on Wiegerink, I believe. Oh, it's on McKenzie. So 2 shots at the line for Riley. And again, opportunity to score points with the clock stopped. Riley's foul shot up and perfect again. Second one rattles home. That one wasn't quite as perfect as the others, but good enough.
Flat.
So Hope by 20. They'll look to get it in here. They do to Wiegerink. Back to Warman. Warman to McKenzie. Oh, nice pass across that time. They get it into the corner, and Dykehouse will bring it back out, slow things down for Warman. Devin Cheney's in there now. Shot short from McKenzie. Riley, a pull-up 3 from the right wing. He fills it up. Timeout called by Coach Fitzpatrick as the Scots get it back to a 17-point game. So we'll take another one with them back after this. (69-52), Hope by 17. Scots trying to cut this deficit down. It was 24 just a moment ago, and Alma fighting to the finish here. 5:37 to go now. Riley starting to get going a little bit. Hope kind of let him get going from the free throw line, and then he just hit the pull-up 3 a moment ago.
Yeah, just kind of taking matters into his own hands here. He's been frustrated pretty much from the opening tip tonight.
Yeah.
Just hasn't been able to get it going. Slowly, I think he's got to be up to what, 13 points
He's got 15 now to lead the way. 8 for 8 from the free throw line.
But it's been a tough 15 points. It's been slow going,
yes.
and a lot of it's come here late in the second half. But Connor, a good basketball player. Hope has just really done a good job. And Alma's offense at times has just kind of gone stagnant and gotten away from any sort of execution tonight.
Hope gets it in. Dykehouse breaks the pressure. Gets it to Warman. Dykehouse back to Warman. Hope trying to take the air out of the basketball here. Dykehouse with it. They're looking inside. Dykehouse is going to take a pull-up three instead. Not the look they wanted, but the ball's loose. Dykehouse gets it back along the baseline. Fire it inside to Wiegerink, and he's fouled on the shot, probably by Heitzman.
Yeah, it looked like it pretty hard when he swung down pretty good on it.
Tanner will shoot a pair. First shot up and well short. 71.8% foul shooter on the season. He's had another fine game this afternoon with 10 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Second foul shot is also no good. And again, the Scots struggle to get the basketball. This time Walker does have it, though. His team down 17. We hit the 5-minute mark. Walker goes between the legs, goes to his right. Wants to hand it to Riley and does now. Riley, step back, long three, hand in his face, no good. And I think that Meister got fouled on the rebound by Wiegerink. He did. So Meister to the line, and this is going to be 2 shots. 2 shots the rest of the way for the Scots. Foul's actually going to go against Devin Cheney, senior from Batavia, Illinois. Meister for 2 from the line. First one's up and good for Colton Meister. Meister, 60% free throw shooter, averages 11.7 points per game for the Scots. That was point number 7 right there. And the second one gives him 8 on the evening. 69-54, Hope. Alma has cut it from 24 to 15. Powell applying some pressure. Dykehouse breaks that pressure. Dykehouse tries to go all the way. Hands it to Quillen, who probably traveled with it.
Yeah, he was kind of chopping his feet.
He
was
really chopping them all the way. But they get it out to Warman, and they'll reset with 10 on the shot clock. Quillen with it to Warman. Warman tries to turn the corner. He does. Leaves it off for Wiegerink, and he's fouled. That's a nice pass right there, I thought, by Warman.
Really good cut and a good pass to find him cutting down the lane.
So Wiegerink's going to get another chance here. Just missed 2 from the line a minute ago. First shot up and way short again.
Looks like a replay of his last trip to the line.
Very similar.
Last time he tried to overcompensate on the second one and clanged it off the back of the iron.
See what happens here. Same thing. Carbon copy, but the ball's going to be tipped. Yep, it's going to be bailed out. They're going to say Heitzman touched it last.
He didn't touch it. But
he definitely does say he did not touch it.
It looked like from here he definitely touched it, but I don't know.
Riley nearly steals the inbounds pass, but Hope does get it. Scots come out to apply some pressure. Team foul number 6. It's on Powell. Hope gets it into the corner. 4 minutes to go. Hope by 15. 10 on the shot clock for Warman. He's got it out on the left wing. Tries to take Walker to the bucket. Can't do it. And Powell comes away with it. 3-on-2 if the Scots hustle. Little bounce pass to Riley. And a nice blocked shot down there by Wiegerink, I believe. Yep, sure was. Who's battling a hurt right hand. I think he's looked at it a couple times now. Some whistles. And I don't know if it's a timeout or what the story is. They're just going to mop things up a little bit. Official goes over to the scorer's table. And we will be ready to go. Walker will look to inbounds, goes to Riley. Jumper from kind of behind the bucket, and that doesn't go. It didn't hit anything.
Yeah, got a little too deep onto the baseline there and turned to fire it, realized where he was at. Didn't really have any shot at it.
No, not at all. Out on the left wing with it are the Dutchmen. They're going to go back up top for Dykehouse. Dykehouse, Wegerink, he's going to drive in, has it tapped away from him, but they're going to get Riley, I think, getting him on the wrist as he went by. And Wegerink, I don't know if he wants to go back to the line or not after the last two trips, but
certainly hasn't looked comfortable at the line.
Bordeaux again hops up off the trainer's table and gets ready to check back in.
He's had an injury to about every part.
And again, Wegerink short on the first shot.
He was just on the trainer's table getting stretched out on the other leg that he,
yeah,
the opposite leg of the one that he had cramps on earlier.
Wegerink shaking that right hand. I don't know if he's busted up a finger or what, but he can't get the handle on the basketball right now, certainly. Second shot, much better, and I think he's going to take a seat now. Mims is going to sit down, and he'll get that hand looked at.
Well, a fine game from him if that's the last we see of him tonight. But
70-54 now in favor of Hope. Alma rolls the ball up again as they've done much of the afternoon. Walker leaves it for Meister. Meister, a little hook shot, no. Battle for the rebound, and Dykehouse comes away with it. Nice job by Dykehouse to grab that board. Hope tries to clear some things out as they just run some clock here. Dykehouse leaves it. Quillen, a nice pass for Hovey, who leads it in a reverse layup. 72-54, 2:42 to go. Riley for the Scots, going to drive in. Cut off there. Tries to get himself some room, can't do it. Goes out instead to Walker. Tyshawn drives to his left, steps back. 10 on the shot clock now. Crossing over. Getting to the basket, has his shot blocked by Quillen, and back comes Dykehouse in a hurry. He's probably going to think better of it and pull back out now. He will to Quillen. Smart play by Dykehouse.
Yeah, it sounded like Quillen was trailing him, just yelling, pull, pull,
yeah,
pull.
I think he was. Quillen with it at the free throw line, going to put up a little jumper. 10 on the shot clock, no. Walker the rebound. Under 2 minutes to go. Meister is going to get an easy lay in here, and Coach Fitzpatrick will take one more timeout with 1:48 to go in the game. We'll take that along with them, and we will be back for the finish after this. Minute 48 to play. Hope by 16, 72-56. They've led by as many as 24 here. Scots break out of the huddle with Walker, Powell, Riley, Bordeaux, and Meister. Hope will go with a couple of new places. Simon Newhouse in there now, the freshman. Robert Nocek in there as well. Hope gets it in, under pressure, and a foul is going to be called on Riley. That's going to send Marcus Warman to the line for a 1-and-1. Warman, very good foul shooter at 86.4%. Warman hits the first. Give him 13. Second one for Warman up, also good.
Good looking shots there.
Hope's going to get Ethan Crabtree into the game. Also Zach Hawes. Alma continues to roll it up, trailing by 18. Meister to Riley. Riley's going to drive, puts up a shot and scores. Minute 35 to go. Riley providing pressure on Dykehouse. They get it up. Crabtree, and he's going to be fouled by Walker. Crabtree will go to the line. Ethan Crabtree for a 1-and-1. Goes 3 dribbles, right-handed shot up and long, and the rebound's going to be tapped out, but Walker's got it with a minute 25. Collins out on the left wing, up for Bordeaux. Leaves it for Walker. Walker crosses over, spins in the lane, couple of steps, lays it up and good. Another timeout called by Coach Fitzpatrick. And it's a full timeout, so we're going to take one more along with him here. It's a 14-point game, 74-60, a minute 10 to go. Scott's clinging to any hope they can. Scott's playing this one out to the final whistle. They trail at 74-60, continuing the full court pressure. Dykehouse gets it in. He's double teamed, triple teamed now, and it's tied up. They're going to call a foul. Wow. On Walker. That's a tough one.
Yeah, he's besides himself there. He just can't believe it.
It'll be 2 shots the other side for Dykehouse. And we talked earlier about what a great foul shooter he was. 30 of 32 on the season coming in. And he's added, I think, 2 more today.
It looks nice when he shoots it, that's for sure.
Well, he hasn't added any yet today, but he has now. 75-60, Hope. He'll get the second one here. That one up and good as well. He'll sit down. His afternoon is done. Sam Carlson will check back in. Nice job by Dykehouse tonight. Only 4 points, but I'll make it 5 with the second foul
He's done
shot.
a lot of things that don't show up on the stat sheet.
Took care of the basketball.
He's
Only
all
1
over the
turnover.
place.
Riley, left wing. Baseline three for Collins. He's got it.
There's the corner three from Collins that we thought we'd see earlier.
Alma's out of timeouts, and Walker just collided down there and injured a right ankle. I don't know if he turned it over or got kicked or what, but he's also going to pick up the foul, unfortunately. Foul is on Walker. He's going to walk this one off. And to the line will go Zach Hawes. Josh Elliott, Paul Gaddy going to check in for the Scots with 58 seconds to go. They trail by 13. 2 for Hawes at the line. First one in and out, no good. Hawes will try for the second one. That's up and good. 77-63 Hope. Scots will try to hustle it up here. Collins for Elliott. Elliott, long three, left wing. That's way off to the left, no good. And Hope will get the rebound. Certainly they're going to run as much clock as they possibly can here. Hawes with it, goes inside. Shot up and in from Newhouse. Simon Newhouse. 25 seconds left. Collins crosses over, has his shot blocked from three-point land. Meister gets it though. Kick it out. Bordeaux, long three try short. And the rebound this time comes away to Crabtree.
That was deep.
That was really deep. Hope should be able to run this one out. And they will. It's going to be a 79-63 Hope victory here from the Art Smith Arena this afternoon. A well-played game by Hope, I thought. Scots fought it all the way, but Hope gets the victory. Alma led by Connor Riley with 17, 12 from Tyshawn Walker, and 10 from Colton Meister today. We will be back with the Scots next Wednesday as they take on the Trine Thunder right here at Art Smith Arena. Our next basketball broadcast will be Tuesday. Alma Panthers taking on the high-powered Freeland Falcons from Alma High School. We'll have that one at around 7 o'clock. That'll do it. For Craig Compton, I'm Jeff Somerville. Have a great night, everyone.